Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Ellie Rutledge Silver with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Congress is looking to pass an appropriations bill by December 22nd to fund the government for the fiscal year. Here to share what this means for DREAMer legislation is Chen, Director of Government Relations at AILA. Greg, thanks for joining me. Where does the legislation currently stand?
Every day, about 122 DACA recipients lose their protection, and it is estimated that by now about 12,000 DACA recipients have lost their status since President Trump rescinded the program in September. Those dreamers who are losing their protection, they are the symbol of the urgency for why we must get the DREAM Act passed urgently. And that is why AILA is pressing for the DREAM Act to be included on one of the bills that must be passed before the end of the year. Now, of course, Congress is in a mad rush now, with only a few days left before the holiday recess. And in fact, the days can be counted on just a few hands. And by December 22nd, Congress must pass a spending bill to keep the federal government open, and the Republicans also want to pass their tax bill. That is why we are urgently calling upon Speaker Ryan and Leader McConnell in the Senate to include the DREAM Act on one of the must-pass spending bills that must be negotiated in the next coming weeks. There's already so much momentum that's built up. Just about every Democrat supports the DREAM Act being included, and more Republicans are calling for it as well. Just last week, we had 34 House Republicans send a letter to Speaker Ryan saying they wanted it done before the end of the year. And as this momentum swells, and as the American people call for it increasingly, we hope that pressure will get President Trump and the Republican leadership, Ryan and McConnell, to bring this bill forward with the DREAM Act included.
What is AILA doing?
Across the country, AILA members, our chapters, and of course our staff here in Washington, D.C., have been calling upon our elected leaders in every way that we can to get the DREAM Act passed as soon as possible. We've also been reaching out to our business coalition partners, to immigration organizations, working together in partnership to make sure the message gets heard loudly and clearly in Congress and by the President of the urgency of acting now.
What can AILA members do?
We have a real opportunity in just the upcoming several days remaining in Congress to get the DREAM Act passed. More opportunity, I think, in years to see real reform done for immigration. And that is why we are asking all AILA members in the next day or two to contact your member of Congress and urge that member to commit to not leaving Washington, D.C. for the holidays without getting the DREAM Act included on the spending bill that must pass next week. What we want Congress to do is to have Speaker Ryan and Leader McConnell include the DREAM Act on those bills and make sure that it gets done. How can you do this? Well, first you can send an email or call your member of Congress and send this message to them. If you go to our website, we have a Take Action page where you can do this, and it makes it all very easy for you. Secondly, what you can do is to write an opinion piece and submit it to your local newspaper with that same message of getting the DREAM Act done now and before the end of the year. Our website has lots of resources to help you do this. We hope you'll take action immediately, and we need the DREAM Act now, and that is the message we hope you will convey to Congress. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg, for joining me. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for updates from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.